Welcome to Pick 6. This is my dad.
Hello.
And this is me. Hi.
Alright, it's week 3 now of the college football season, and I'm really sad, Hayden.
Yeah.
Do you know why I'm sad?
Yeah.
Why am I sad, Hayden?
Because you lost again.
Because I lost again. I don't know how this is happening, but you want to talk about the games from week 2, Hayden?
Yep.
Alright.
First game, Penn State and Pitt.
Surprising. We both picked Penn State, didn't we?
Yep.
And
they lost.
Alright, next was Mississippi State and South Carolina.
Mississippi State won.
And then, so this was the surprise for me, Arkansas beating TCU.
That was a both loss, again.
Yeah, and that game was in overtime. It was really entertaining. Finally, I got a game. Utah beat BYU. I felt good about that one. Tennessee and Virginia Tech. I thought Virginia Tech might win, but they looked terrible.
Their jerseys were okay.
In the last game of the week, I didn't stay up to watch it, but Arizona State defeated Texas Tech. It looked more like a basketball score than a football score. So at the end of 2 weeks, Hayden is up 2-0. So I've got my work cut out for me.
This might be your week.
Well,
it's pretty good teams.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. Let's get into it. Hayden, what's the first game of this week?
Florida State, Louisville.
This is going to be a really good game, I think. The quarterback for Louisville, Lamar Jackson, he's been lighting it up the first 2 weeks, albeit against bad opponents. But this should be interesting. Who do you have in this one?
I have Louisville.
You're going to take Louisville? I'm going to go with Florida State. I just think that they're the better team. What's next, Hayden?
Alabama, Ole Miss. I'm going with Alabama.
Same here.
Because of how they played.
Yeah, same here. I liked Ole Miss early in the season, but then, I'm going with Alabama.
Well, you want to know what I didn't get? Why their schedule is so hard. Why do they play the teams ranked number 2 and 1?
That's a good question.
Yeah,
that schedule is really tough, not to mention that they still have to play the rest of their SEC schedule. Okay, next, The Ohio State University versus Oklahoma. Hayden?
Going with the Buckeyes because their offense versus Bowling Green, hopefully they can do that. And their defense versus Tulsa, hopefully they can do that.
Yeah, I'm going to go
Put it together, they can beat anyone.
I think so. I'm going to go with Oklahoma. I'm going to go with Oklahoma. Okay, so I'm editing this video, and I just now realized that I said Oklahoma, and I swear I meant to say Ohio State. I promise. In fact, it's right here on my paper. Hayden, I'm sorry. I picked Ohio State, not Oklahoma. I think it's going to be really close. I think Oklahoma made a mistake, though, because on Thursday their backup quarterback was running his mouth about Ohio State's defense, and I think the defense will be ready for them, so I'm going to take Ohio State. What's next?
Georgia and the Missouri Mizzous.
The Mizzous. All right, and who are you taking in this game?
Georgia.
Me too. I don't really have anything else to say about that.
Right.
Okay, next up, Michigan State at Notre Dame.
I'm going with Michigan State because of the rankings and Notre Dame losing to Texas.
I originally was going to take Michigan State because they're coming off of a bye week, and then I thought, no, I think Notre Dame is probably the better team despite where they're ranked, but I can't seem to make up my mind. So, Hayden, I am going to call in our first special guest of the season to help me pick this game. Is that all right with you?
Yeah.
So I'm going to have a special guest pick this game for me since I haven't had much luck so far. Maybe he can help me out. So Noah, come on in here.
I don't know what to pick though.
That's all right. You can sit right here. Noah, I can't make up my mind between Notre Dame and Michigan State. I'm leaning toward Notre Dame. What do you think?
Michigan State.
Do you think I should go with Michigan State?
Yeah.
All right, then so be it. I'm going to go with Michigan State over Notre Dame. What is our next game?
USC Stanford, and I think this is going to be a good game, but Stanford is probably going to win.
I agree. I think Stanford's very good. Okay, our last game for week 3 is Texas at Cal. This game is very late.
I think that Texas can pull off that win.
You're going to take Texas? I'm also going to take Texas. Okay, so that's a rundown of our week 3 picks. Looks like there's only one game that we picked differently this week, and that's Florida State Louisville. So that's it for week 3. Remember to subscribe, and remember to check back every Saturday morning.
And let's give a round of applause to Noah. Well, remember to subscribe and be back for Pick 6.